Marise Traoré is the first female fighter pilot in Burkina Faso, a profession she did not choose.
Burkina Faso just bought its first jet. Not leased, not borrowed, fully owned. But within days, strange videos began flooding the internet. Claims of secret jet factories, Burkina Bay-built aircraft, and a company called Burki Air, said to rival Boeing. Is Burkina Faso quietly building its air force? Or is this the biggest illusion the continent's ever seen? Let's find out.
In the heart of West Africa, a discreet yet disruptive signal has been sent. In recent months, Ibrahim Traoré, leader of Burkina Faso, is reported to have authorized and overseen the launch of what defense analysts are calling Africa's first secret aerospace program. There was no grand unveiling, no press conference, no Western media spotlight. Instead, satellite schematics, restricted air zones, unexplained test flights, and hushed corridors of power. Tonight, we ask, what has Burkina Faso really launched? Why now? And what does it mean for Burkina, for the Sahel, and for Africa's strategic autonomy? Burkina Faso is a landlocked Sahel state of some 23 million people, widely known for its security challenges, growing jihadist violence, and complex geopolitics. Yet it is also home to one of Africa's youngest leaders, Traoré, who in 2022 led a coup that deposed his predecessor. Since then, his regime has signaled a shift away from traditional Western partners and toward new security alignments, while simultaneously pursuing industrial and technological ambitions. In that larger strategy, an aerospace initiative serves multiple purposes, enhancing surveillance, projecting sovereignty, and enabling new air capabilities. As one regional security expert put it, a country that can design, launch, or operate aerospace systems changes the ratio of dependency. What evidence exists for this alleged program? While much remains unverified, several credible signals emerge. In September 2024, the think tank Space in Africa reported that Burkina Faso had advanced plans for its first national satellite, Burkina-Sat-1, and was developing ground station infrastructure in Koudougou. Numerous open-source social media posts and drone trackers indicate restricted airspace zones near Ouagadougou and the southern Sahel, with occasional unmarked flight paths recorded. Local defense procurement records, while opaque, show Belarusian and Turkish drone systems being delivered to Burkina Faso's armed forces. The line between drone aviation and aerospace research begins to blur. A March 2025 fact check by Nigeria concluded that many social claims of aircraft manufacture were false, but did not rule out that Burkina was developing national aerospace capabilities. In short, there is no official launch event, but multiple data points suggest Burkina is quietly building aerospace capacity. Whether that includes full aircraft manufacture, satellites, or hybrid systems is still under question. Why would Burkina Faso embark on such a pathway? The answer lies in four interconnected strategic drivers: sovereignty and anti-dependence in the Sahel. Many states rely on foreign air support, imported drones, and legacy military fleets. Developing a national aerospace program signals a desire to reduce that dependency. Surveillance and counterinsurgency. Burkina regime faces a jihadist insurgency that dominates large swaths of territory. Drone and satellite technology offers force multiplication over vast and remote terrain. Technological leapfrogging. Burkina could aim to skip generations of aviation infrastructure by adopting drones, nanosatellites, and hybrid systems rather than legacy fighter jets. Brand and regional ambition projects a Pan-African narrative of self-reliance, solidarity, and new industrial bases. An aerospace program fits symbolically as well as practically. Taken together, these motives make aerospace less fantasy and more plausible strategy, according to anonymous sources within Burkina's defense ecosystem. The program contains three core strands: satellite systems, a nanosatellite project Burkina-Sat-1, plus plans for Earth observation and communications satellites, drone and UAV infrastructure, indigenous drone factories, pilot training zones, and launch sites for uncrewed systems. Aerospace manufacturing ambitions, concept studies of small aircraft, light jets or high-altitude platforms, though these remain early. One former Air Force officer, speaking under condition of anonymity, told us, "We have engineers being seconded to Turkey and Belarus, hardware arriving in crates labeled aviation spares. The factories are still hidden?" Yes, but the pipeline is real. However, the expert community urges caution. Many programs stall between concept and flight-worthy production. If Burkina Faso succeeds, the implications ripple outward. Regionally, neighboring Sahel states like Mali, Niger and Chad may feel compelled to match capabilities, potentially triggering an aerospace arms race in one of the world's most violent corridors. Globally, traditional Western powers, China and Russia, will all take note. Burkina is already moving away from French influence. Aerospace autonomy may shift more strategic. BALANC EUS and European intelligence agencies reportedly flagged the Sahel region as an emerging arena for drone proliferation and air dominance. Competition. Ambition is high, but execution is hard. Several risks loom: technical complexity, building aircraft, satellites or advanced drones require skilled engineers, supply chains, quality assurance, funding and sustainability. These programs cost hundreds of millions. Burkina's economy is limited, and defense budgets are under pressure. Transparency and dual use. Aerospace research often overlaps with military manufacturing. Civil oversight may be weak, raising concerns about proliferation, security and stability risks. The Sahel is volatile. Projects may be exposed to insurgent attack, corruption, or donor pullback. Intelligence analysts caution that the line between strategic autonomy and destabilizing competition is thin, away from geopolitics and hardware. The story contains human ambition. In Ouagadougou, students at the Norbert Zongo University's ground station project build software for satellite telemetry. Local technicians are being trained in avionics and drone assembly. One young engineer, speaking in French, said, "We want to build the plane that carries our own presidents, not buy it used." The drive is as much about dignity and narrative as it is about equipment. For a country long dependent on foreign powers, aerospace signifies independence. Key indicators to monitor: official announcement of Burkina's At-1, launch date or satellite commissioning, public, roll out of a national drone factory or assembly line, test flights or aircraft manufacturer announcements and export, deals. Regional reactions. How neighboring states respond. What foreign partnerships emerge, if any of these occur. Analysts believe the narrative shift will solidify. Africa's aerospace era begins, and Burkina Faso, one of its first footnotes, from a landlocked Sahel state once defined by insurgency and dependency. Burkina Faso now reaches for the skies. Whether this secret aerospace program is a bold leap or an aspirational ambition remains to be seen. What is undeniable? The era of African nations simply importing their air capabilities may be ending. As one defense analyst put it, when you control your own airspace, you change the balance of power. It's not just about drones and satellites, it's about sovereignty. And for Burkina, for Africa, that may be the real flight path.